It's been a while since I filmed in my little room, mostly because I've been super lazy about bringing the lights in here. Go figure. Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Justy. Today we are back with a series I started last year and did one video for called Getting to Know the YouTuber. I did always intend to make more of those, I swear. And then I just got super distracted with a whole bunch of stuff I felt I really had to make and had to get out. And then more happened, and then more happened. And then I just didn't make another. But we're back today. Plus, if I give it all at once, then I lose my air of mystery. I gotta slowly feed you this random information about me. It's another story today. Not quite as good as being on a dating show, but still amusing, I think. And it's the time that I got in massive trouble for skipping school in high school. I won't personally say this is the only time I skip school. I will not make that claim, but it is definitely the only time I got busted, and I think was at the age in which my mom still really freaked out about this kind of stuff. I guess. I mean, she freaked out. Spoiler alert. So, I would not say I was a particularly extremely rebellious kid in high school. I was tame compared to most kids, I guess. But I definitely, wanted to do what I wanted to do and didn't care much for a lot of my classes because I'm a creative brain, not like a mathematical brain. So I didn't always want to be there. And I had a best friend at the time who I loved and adored. We did everything together, and I don't blame her. Obviously, I was very much a part of this, but she was not always the best influence. It's just the way it is with teenagers sometimes, And I think this was grade 10? Yeah, 9, I feel like it had to be 9 or 10. Or 11? Oh God, I don't remember anything about my life anymore. We're gonna go with 10. That feels like a safe bet. That feels like my mom would still be really, really mad about something like this because I was still on the young-ish side, but not like a child. Okay, 10. We're sticking with 10. My friend decides that she wants to skip school on a Wednesday. I remember very particularly, it was a Wednesday. Can't remember the year, but it was a Wednesday. And I, of course, want to hang out with my friend. I don't particularly care about school, and I want to be a cool kid too. So I'm like, heck yeah, let's skip school. We decided we wanted to go to this big mall that you have to take the SkyTrain to get to. It's not close, because we had a walkable mall from the school, but that we'd been to a million times. We didn't care about it. We wanted to go to this mall that was very cool in our eyes because we never really got to go. If your parents didn't drive you, you couldn't really get there, so that's what we decided to do with our day. Her boyfriend came along with us. I did not have a boyfriend at the time. Don't talk to me about that. Just don't. So the trio of us are on our way to the mall. We get on our SkyTrain system. It's a whole to-do, and we make our way out there. It was a really good day. I'm gonna be honest with you. We messed around all day. Definitely were behaving like idiots. We always behave like idiots though, so it's not like that's new or shocking. I don't think I really bought much of anything. If I had a job, which I think I must have to want to go to a mall. So I must have been working at McDonald's, which, wasn't a big paycheck, but I had a little bit of spending money. I could eat while we were there and, enjoy myself. It was just sick. Teenage rebellion in action. We were living the dream. A key thing about this trip is we decided to go to Sephora. We'd never been to Sephora. This was, in fact, I'm pretty certain, one of the first Sephoras in Canada, in Vancouver, in that area. Something like that. I can tell you though, I had never seen a Sephora personally before this moment. Until she wanted to go in it, I didn't even know what a Sephora was. I also did weird makeup as the little teeny bopper that I was, so I bought weird makeup. Anyways, so we went in, and It was so cool to walk around. I enjoyed myself. Her boyfriend did not, but we didn't care about that. And we both bought something small from this Sephora. I can't remember. I probably bought like eyeliner or eyeshadow. Makes sense for me at the time. And we walked out with our little Sephora bags, and they also gave us these like special totes, each of us who made a purchase, which I thought was really cool. I was like sick. I love a tote. And we made our little ways out. It started to come closer to when school would be ending, so we got back on the SkyTrain, we made our way back to our city, got on a bus to get back to the school, and then made our way home. And we were so pleased with ourselves. We were certain we were scot-free, and I definitely was, because halfway through my school life, or like 9, early 10, my parents changed their phone number. And I was supposed to update the school with their new phone number, which I didn't. The school could not make those phone calls to my house saying, hey, Justine wasn't at school today, because that's what they did to try and keep you from skipping, narcs. But that number wasn't active, and they could not contact my parents. So I was living the dream. I got home. I was killing it. Turns out my friend was not as lucky. I don't know what her plan was, or if she'd even thought this part through. Probably not, honestly, knowing her, which is fine. I don't know, like, maybe she thought she'd answer the phone in time, or her mom wouldn't be home when they called. I don't know. But her mom was home when they called to report that she was not in school. So she got busted, and her mom was very angry. Now, obviously, I wasn't there for this part, so I can't officially say how quickly she sold me out, but she did. She said that her mom, like, yelled and like, said I must have been there, that, you know, she wouldn't go on her own, and obviously, like, we did everything together, so it is a safe assumption, but, you know, still an assumption. And she said that her mom, that she never even totally confirmed I was there. Her mom just decided to call my mom based on the knowledge that we were idiots who did do everything together. It could be true. Honestly, I would believe her mom would do something like that, or she could have snitched. I also believe that. So she calls my mom like a narc. You can be mad at your daughter. Why do you gotta get me involved? So I remember I was downstairs in my room, and my mom calls me up, and she's like, do you have something to tell me? Like, playing that game, trying to get you admitted. And I was like, no. Never give the information freely, guys. That's just stupid. Anyway, so she said that she'd been called, and she knew about me skipping and blah, blah, disappointment, all the parental stuff. I'm sure I got locked away in my room or something taken away. Who knows? But my mom was just furious about this. And I wonder if part of it was because we went so far away. Like, not that it's like extremely far, but you know, her daughter traveled across cities without her knowledge. I guess. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that, but I also don't have a kid, so, you know. I was in a lot of trouble, which was so sad. I was so home free. And then the next day at school, I was very ticked. I don't think we talked for at least that day or half the day or something. Like, I just didn't want to talk to her, and that's when she was like, well, I didn't even tell her. She just snitched without me knowing, you know. So it was not a good day for any of us. Eventually, obviously, I forgive her. She was my best friend, and like literally only the one of the only people I hung out with. So what was I gonna do? Not have a friend? No. It was a bad few days, and my mom was ticked at me for quite a while. A little bit later, when all of this had kind of blown over, and like obviously my mom would never be fully impressed by what happened, but like nobody was mad at each other anymore. She needed a bag to bring something to work, or needed a lunch bag or something like that. I can't remember the exact context, but she needed basically a reusable bag. So I was like, oh, well, Sephora gave me this tote. So you can have it. Like, I'm not going to use it. I don't carry things like this to school, and honestly, I don't particularly care about Sephora. It's not something I need to keep. So I let her have it, and she started taking stuff to work. At work, somebody was like, oh my God, you have that bag. And my mom was like, yeah, my daughter gave it to me to use. And they're like, oh, well, that's the bag Sephora gave out on their opening day when you made a purchase. And my mom was like, oh, is it? So she comes home, not like angry, because she can't be angry again, but a little like revved up about it, being like, you skipped school because you wanted to go to the opening of Sephora? And I was like, what? And she explained where this bag came from. I honestly had no idea. I didn't even know what Sephora was. And for the longest time, my mother just did not believe me. She was like 100% certain that we skipped to go to a store's opening, and I was now lying about it. I don't know why I would, but I was. I didn't. I want to make that very clear. And I have made that clear to her since. I'm like, Mom, I'm a grown adult. There'd be no point in me lying to you now. I honestly didn't know. I had no clue. I just skipped with my friend to go to the mall. No? Maybe. I don't know. I never asked her. We don't talk anymore, unfortunately. She could have. She knew about Sephora, and she was excited to go. So she might have known it was the opening day, and that's why she wanted to skip. I should just message her out of the blue for no reason and ask. Did I regret skipping? No. Did getting in trouble stop me from skipping as I continued through high school? No. So can I say there was a lesson learned? Maybe the only lesson is make sure your friends have a plan for not getting in trouble for skipping. What a great role model I am. So that's the time I got busted skipping school and got in massive trouble with my mother. I still think it's a bit of an overreaction, but I guess I'm not a parent. Let me know if you ever got in trouble skipping school and what you were doing when you skipped, or if you didn't ever get in trouble. Did you never get caught? That'd be pretty sick. And like I said in the first part of this series, if you have anything specific you'd like to know about Justine, leave it down below, and it may become one of these getting to know the YouTuber videos. All right, everybody, I will see you in the next video. Bye!